friends, welcome to Freedom in a Budget. I'm Kelly and it is Dumping Debt Friday time. If you're new to my channel, I hope that you subscribe, stick around, and join the YouTube family. I would love to have you here. This video is where I answer all of your questions and celebrate your money wins. So I have a bunch of really great questions here that I'll have on the screen for you guys, and I'm going to answer them and give my personal opinion and then celebrate some money wins. We have some really great wins this week. I'm so excited. So if you have a Dumping Debt Friday question, hashtag DDF, please leave it down below in the comments and I'll be sure to add it to my list for an upcoming video. All right, so we're gonna jump right in. First one is from Leslie Ann Barch, and she says, happy birthday, I wish I was 30. I just got a milestone birthday this year. Can I ask you what you do with your logged receipts once you've logged them? Do you keep them or bin them? So I keep my receipts for a month, and then after a month I go through them. Anything that I may return, I will keep. Anything that I, like a grocery receipt or like Aldi or something, or Dollar Tree, something like that, I just throw away. But a Costco, a Kirkland's, a Hobby Lobby, something like that, that I may have a return on that, I'll save until I would decide if I'm going to return it or not, and then I'll just throw it away. I don't like clutter. Let's see. Sorry, my hair's doing a little thing. I just woke up from a nap. Alexandria Eaton, I think D. Eaton, Alexandria D. Eaton, says, happy birthday. Also, quick question about your house savings. Are you guys just saving the 20% or are you saving the entire purchase of the home? My husband and I will be debt free this year, but we'll go through baby step 3. But I just find it so hard to think about going back into debt for a house. I just want to see if you had any opinions on this topic. So we originally were going to be saving 20% and then doing closing costs and all of that. For a house in my area in South Florida, houses like a starter home is between $350,000 and $400,000 for a starter home. So we would have to save about $100,000 because closing costs alone are going to be about $25,000 to $30,000. You have to pay a year of insurance up front, you have taxes, all that stuff. And then we would want to save like $5,000 to $10,000 to $15,000 worth of repairs, and then the down payment. So $100,000, like that's crazy. A lot of places in a lot of parts of the country, you can get a whole house for that. I was actually looking at houses back where I'm from, and they had, like 5 bedroom houses for like $120,000, and like 2-3 bedroom houses for like $95,000. So it's just crazy that that's just our down payment and our closing costs, but that is, where we live in South Florida. So we were planning on saving the 20%. Now we are looking at getting a loan with Navy Federal because we have family in the armed forces in the Navy. So with that, they only require 5% down with no PMI. So if we do that, then we already have almost as much as we need saved, maybe another $20,000, which will take us a few months to save. So we are aggressively looking at houses now and looking to buy anywhere in the next month to hopefully by the end of 2019 we'll be in a house. So that's exciting. So we are like drastically moving up the timeline of when we're buying. We were originally looking for like next summer, like next July. So that's exciting that we're able to move it up. And in terms of going back into debt, because we are debt free as well, I am fine with going back into debt for a house. We are going to, be building equity in the house, and, it's different than consumer debt. It's different than car loan. We just paid $25,000 for my Jeep and, paid cash for it. We didn't take out a loan for that. Like, that's totally different of having debt of the car loan versus having debt of a mortgage. So that's at least our opinion of it. And I totally understand where you're coming from of going back into debt for it. But for a house, we've talked about it a lot, and Jamie and I are fine about going back into debt for a house. Next question is from Paula Kruger. And she says, just wondering if you can use your earned cash back towards shopping at a store through the Ebates site. So Ebates, what they do is they pay you out. It's a plug-in. If you guys don't know, I do have a link down below for you guys if you want to sign up. If you sign up, you get $10 sign-up bonus. if you, I think, make a $25 purchase, but it's a site that will direct you to other sites. So you go to Ebates, and then if you want to shop on Amazon, you could type in Amazon and it brings you to Amazon, and then you get 5% or 7% or 15% cash back on that site. And they have hundreds and hundreds of stores. They have flowers.com, they have Amazon, they have eBags, they have Ray-Bans, they have like hundreds of stores, Ulta, Sephora, tons of stuff, and you get cash back. Now with Ebates, they do pay you out quarterly, so 4 times a year you get paid, and they will hold it in your account until that time. And then if you want, you can upgrade your cash back. So it'll ask you if you want to do an additional 5% or 15% or 10% cash back additional if you go to one of those particular stores, and they'll give you back in the form of a gift card. So I think Best Buy is on it, Bed Bath & Beyond, Sephora, those companies are on it, and they range in how much the cash back amount is for the upgrade. So say you get, you know, $100 cash back, you can get an extra 10%, so you get $110 cash back to spend at Best Buy, for an example. So if you want to do those approved sites, I have done it for, I think one of the ones was Express that we did before, where Jamie needed some stuff from Express, so we were going to spend it anyway, so I decided to get the cash back, and then we just purchase the stuff through there. So that was a huge win for Express. But with Ebates, I typically just get the cash back in the check. So I hope that answers your question. Next one is from Leslie House, and she says, I'm starting to use your template. This is my Etsy template that I have on my Excel budget template on my Etsy shop. She says, I'm starting to use your template, and I don't understand how you can add in miscellaneous and not have a budgeted amount specified for it. I will actually start using it in May, but I'm working on it now. And also, are you doing a balance calculations on the side, or does it automatically add to the balance when it's subtracted what you use? I think she's talking about sinking funds. Hope that makes sense. In other words, how do you keep your sinking funds accurate with the bank? Also, do you work from one checking account? Awesome questions. So Jamie and I, we are debt free, and we typically have between $3,000 to $7,000 every month left over at the end of the month that we're putting towards our sinking funds. So we don't need to budget in the budgeted amount for our miscellaneous expenses. We have just been budgeting for so long that we can just cash flow any of those miscellaneous purchases. Now, if we are still in debt, if we are still really tight on our budget and not having a lot of leftover money at the end of the month, then we would be putting in, you know, $200 or $100 for miscellaneous expenses. But since we are debt free, since we have a lot of extra cash at the end of the month, then we are able to just let that be cash flowed. So I hope that makes sense, but figure out what you need to do. I will link a spending analysis video down below. If you haven't already done a spending analysis, it's a really great way to figure out how much you need to put in each category, how much you need to put in grocery, how much you need to put in miscellaneous, how much you need to put in eating out, how much you need to put in car repair for each month. And that'll really help you figure out what's the right amount for you. And then also with our sinking funds, we do subtract it on the side, and then as like, so for vacations, we just did vacation for our Alaskan cruise. We just paid our final deposit or final payment for our cruise, for the cruise that's coming up in August. So we took that $3,000 and we subtracted it from the sinking fund of the amount that's in there. So when you guys see the video, if you go back and watch the video report card from last week, you'll see that it was like less than $100 that's left in there because we took out the $3,000 for our deposit, or for our down payment, or for our total cost, the remaining balance on it. So we just do that math on the side, and we automatically subtract it the moment that we make that payment or use that money from the account. And then we keep all of it in our Capital One 360 account. So we keep everything in that account, in one checking account. They do have the option to split up the account and do multiple sinking fund accounts, but we personally don't. We just keep it all in one, and then keep track of each sinking fund, of how much is in each one, in our Excel budget. So I hope that makes sense. All right, you ready for some money wins? We've got some awesome ones here. All right, first money win is from Smile with Catherine, and she says, "Hi Kelly, I cannot wait to share this news with you. On Wednesday, March 13th, I found out I was going to be receiving a bonus check with my next paycheck. I received the bonus today, March 15th. I used part of the bonus and paid off my final student loan, and now I am debt free. Oh gosh. It has been a long, hard journey for me, but I'm here and I've arrived and it feels amazing. I feel a huge weight off my shoulders. This loan is $7,000 plus interest. Ugh. It has finally been put to rest. Catherine, I am so excited for you. Oh, I feel so connected to you. I read all of your comments. I love them, and I am so proud of you, Catherine. You have kicked butt, and you are doing incredible. And welcome to the Debt Free Club. We are happy to have you, and I am so excited for you, Catherine. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Next one is from Jen, the Budget Bounce. She is so sweet. And she says, Kelly, we got our tax refunds and used every single dollar towards debt or things we needed. We paid off a credit card and both our mobile phones and put a huge chunk towards child support, totaling $4,167. This reduced our debt by 1.8%. That's amazing. The remaining $382 was used to stocking up on household consumable products. This was the first time we've had to ever not spend any of our refund on needless things. It feels so good. Thank you for continuing to be such an inspiration and great source of support as we walk through the path of debt freedom and financial independence. That is amazing. Jen, you are doing awesome. That is so cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome job. Next is from Laura 2.0, and she said, we had a money win last month. We paid off one of my husband's hospital bills we've been paying on for years. Now we will take that payment and put it towards our next debt we want to pay off. It's all about that snowball. Laura, that is amazing. Awesome, awesome job. I'm so proud of you guys. That is incredible. It feels so good, and get that snowball rolling and paying off more debt. It's going to be awesome. All right, last one is from Lynn Morris, and she says, a great video, Kelly. Those kind of comments that you mentioned Tasha getting exactly wise to from comments on some videos. As I saw someone else say, I disagree with their attitude towards debt, but I don't give carte blanche to attack them. I'm adult enough to recognize personal finance is just that personal. Totally agree with the importance of having a budget and recognizing and finalizing it. While I can say we have been budgeting for years, when I look back, what I was doing prior to last year really falls more into the spending, tracking side of things. I was checking out the numbers in a couple of spreadsheets tonight, and I finally feel like I'm making progress. Something finally clicked this year in staying on top of putting actual numbers in the budget rather than putting the forecast budget in place and not checking in properly about how I am doing. Lynn, that is amazing. It is such a game changer when you're in the budget, when you're adding the numbers and tracking your expenses, and when you really see, oh, this is what I'm spending. Yeah, this is adding up quick. It really makes such a difference. I'm so proud of you, Lynn. That is amazing. All right, guys, that is all of the money wins and questions for the week. Let me know down below in the comments your money wins. I would love to celebrate with them and answer any questions you may have. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.